Good morning, everyone. It is day one of our Utah vlog. It is approximately 8:30 and we've been on the road for just a little over an hour. Our goal was to get on the road by 7 and we got on the road about 7:20 after we got everything hooked up and did all of our safety checks. So it took a little bit longer to get on the road than we thought, but I didn't think we did too bad. We are gonna try to get a little over 500 miles in today, which is about 8.5 hours on the road, not including any stops or anything. I don't know if you can see the camper behind me back there. We got like our food in the back seat, like different snacks and stuff. We have the camper stocked, the refrigerator stocked with, lunch meat and hamburgers, bacon, eggs, keto shakes, of course. We have about, I think I made 6 keto chow shakes for the road. So we are all set. It has us getting to our first destination today just before 3 p.m. But again, with stops, it might take us a little bit longer. Mike says he's stressed. This is definitely a change for us, something new we've never done before. Pulling a camper all this way. Again, we're brand new to camping. We've only done 2 trips so far, and now we're basically driving across the country with our camper, so it's a little stressful, but I think we're doing well. The weather is fantastic. As you can see, it's sunny and beautiful out today, and I think that that's generally how it's going to be for most of this trip. I've been watching the weather and it looks beautiful. Looks like the whole time we're in Utah it's going to be sunny and in the 80s, so can't complain about that at all. So that's about it for now. Day 1 of our Utah vlog, and we will keep you guys updated. Stopping for our first fill up of gas. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. We are currently in Illinois. I missed the sign. I was going to record it as we drove through, but it came up on us too quick. We are actually in like a 20-minute slowdown, stuck in traffic on Route 80 at the moment. According to the GPS, we are about 2 hours from our first destination. So the first place that we are going to stop is called Lavender Crest Winery. This is part of the Harvest Hosts group, and if you travel by camper, you're probably familiar with Harvest Hosts, but if you don't, what it is, it's a fee that you pay yearly, and it gives you like over 4,000 different businesses that you can stop at and stay for 24 hours. So you can pull up with your camper, sleep overnight. It cost us $69.99 for the yearly membership. That was a special that they were running at Christmas, I think. I'm pretty sure. Do you remember?
It was the first of the year.
Yeah, it was like a, New Year's special. It's normally, I think, around $100. We got it for $69.99, but it does give you places all across the country that you can pull in and sleep for the night. It's a lot of farms, wineries, what other kind of businesses?
Restaurants, churches.
Yeah, so the first place that we are planning on staying is this Lavender Crest Winery, and it said on their website that this time of year you can smell the lavender in the air. So I'm very curious to see if that is the case, because I know lilacs in our area are in bloom right now. So that'll be interesting. Now with that, you pay that annual membership, and then the different places that you stay, they do ask that you patronize the business that you're at and spend like at least $20. Some of them are restaurants. So like one of the places we're staying is called Steve's Steakhouse. So that won't be hard to patronize. We will just get dinner when we're there and do that. The winery is going to be a little bit difficult for us to patronize because we don't drink wine. They do have a gift shop, and I was looking online and it said the gift shop sold chocolates and wine. We don't eat the chocolates either, so this might be a little bit difficult. They do have lunch, but but we are missing lunch. We won't get there until after lunch is over. Not really sure yet what we're gonna do. If we can't figure something else out, I will ask if there's some way we can just make a donation, I guess. And we'll just make a $20 donation if that's the case. We'll figure that out when we get there. We're brand new to this, so we're just like winging it kind of at this point. But I will tell you, obviously we've stated before that this is our first big trip like this, and it is costing us. Gas is just, we're burning through it like crazy. We've already filled up twice, and we will probably have to fill up one more time before we get to the winery. I will say we are probably saving money being keto on not eating out, because pre-keto by now we would have stopped to eat at least once. And right now we've just been fasting. We haven't had anything yet. You haven't had anything. Oh, Mike had a few cashews that we had back there, so he had a little snack. Prior to keto, we wouldn't have been able to go that long without stopping to get something to eat along the way. And when we stop to eat, we usually spend like easily $30 eating out. So we are saving money by not doing that. We are planning on just cooking some hamburgers when we get to the winery. That's our plan right now, is just to have dinner when we get there. But we will give you guys an update when we get to the winery and maybe show you a little bit what it looks like. Hopefully this traffic slow up will dissipate quickly. So as we're walking through here, you can definitely smell the lilac bushes.
And if you're our daughter and you're watching this, you can get married here.
Yeah. You know, they said we could walk around the property, but they didn't really tell us like where the property stops. So we're just gonna show you real quick what we're having for dinner. Mike just did some burgers on the grill. His has cheddar cheese, mine has provolone. We have our big baggy bacon. He has Primal Kitchen steak sauce on his. He also had some tomato basil soup in
Basil?
the tomato basil? How do you say it?
Basil? You said
Oh.
bagel.
Tomato basil soup when we got here in the winery, because it was their soup of the day and he really likes that. And then I'm having some sugar-free gherkin pickles, and I'm using sugar-free Primal Kitchen ketchup and mustard on my burgers. I have electrolytes to drink, and Mike's drinking the bad stuff, the hard stuff.
We had to patronize the business. That's how I patronized it.
Hey guys.
Oh.
Yeah, this is not a very flattering angle, and we look a hot mess.
Train number 4.
Yeah, and where we're parked, there's trains going through, so let's wait 1 minute.
I wonder if that's all rail cars of high fructose corn syrup. I mean, this is corn country.
I wouldn't be surprised. Oh gosh, it's a long train. So we're at the end of day 2, and I did not really get very much recording done today, and I look a hot mess for multiple reasons, and I will tell you why.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, first of all, the place that we're staying tonight is called Classic Car Collection of Kearney, and it's just, we went in, walked around. It's like a bunch of old cars, really, and I'll put some clips in at the end of this segment just so you guys can see it. They have like the DeLorean from Back to the Future. They had the Cadillac from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Boss Hogg's
Cadillac. Oh, they had the sheriff's car from
Andy Griffith
Mayberry. So, you know, those were really cool. And then just other classic cars.
Yeah, it's not all like TV show cars or movie cars.
Yeah.
It's all actual like classic automobiles from back in the day. All the way back from like 1812 all the way up to, I think the most recent is 2004.
And one of the coolest things I thought was a bus. There was a bus from school bus from 1931 that was really cool.
Very cool.
Last night, after I showed you guys that Mike and I had dinner, I was super excited because we were in bed and ready to go to sleep like around 8:30. And if you know us at all, that's usually when we're eating dinner. So I was like, dang, we've already eaten and we're going to be into bed early. Like, I was super excited.
I mean, we were tired, but, you know, we weren't exhausted. But it was like, yeah, we're going to get some good sleep. It was quiet.
Yeah.
The winery that we went to, as you guys saw, was, you know, very cool. It was very nice and laid back. And it was out in farm country. So, yeah, we thought this was going to be a great night. But then, out of the blue, something mysterious happened.
Yeah, I got sick. Guys, I don't know. It was presenting itself like food poisoning. If you've ever had food poisoning, you literally have no control over what your body is doing. It's unbelievable. And that is exactly what happened to me last night. It was awful. I was sick. I was up every hour. Mike and I, you know, we put water in the camper to travel, and we didn't put a ton of water in because it adds a lot of weight. And so we figured that water to brush our teeth, go to the bathroom, different things like that should last us 3 days. And I used it all last night. So it completely set us back today because we then had to go and flush the black tank out, find a place to flush the black tank out, and get more fresh water.
And for those of you who are not campers, the black tank is the poop tank.
Yeah.
And so we filled it up.
Everything that goes in the toilet goes into the black tank. I stand corrected.
She filled it up. I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we had to flush that. Luckily, we still had a little bit of water left. We also had a little bit of water left in our gray tank, which is non-toilet water. Yeah,
like anything that goes in the sink is gray tank water.
And so we were able to flush the line out after we emptied the black tank. And then we drove like a couple miles and we went to a campsite and we paid them $10 and they let us fill up there.
Yeah, we got more fresh water. So hopefully that will last us for the next couple of days. But I still don't feel good. I haven't felt good all day. I keep getting these waves of nausea that just come and go. And I mean, I was up all night. So I got no sleep last night because I was up like every hour. So then in the car, I did doze off for a little bit. But then I felt really yucky when I woke up from that nap. And then I had like a crick in my neck. The other thing is, it's warm. It's been like 84 degrees all day. And we can't really have the air on. We have to have the windows down.
Really. We cannot have the air on.
We can't have the air on.
We have no electricity.
No, I'm talking about in the truck when we travel, because
that'll just burn all the gas.
Well, it will burn too much gas and it bogs the truck down as far as like pulling all that weight. So you're better off to not run your air conditioner. So another reason I look a hot mess is because we've been driving all day with the windows down. No sleep last night. I still don't feel good. I guess it could be some kind of 24-hour stomach bug that I have. But a girlfriend of mine, I was texting her today. She said that food poisoning can actually happen anywhere from within a few hours after you eat something all the way up to 3 days. And I started thinking about it because mostly over this Monday, Tuesday, I was super busy trying to work a lot of hours. I really didn't eat anything weird. The last time we went out to eat was Mother's Day. I just don't know if maybe something I ate there, that would have been 3 days ago.
But I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think so, because nobody else got sick.
But everyone ate different things. I had chicken. I don't think anybody else had chicken. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know if it's like a 24-hour bug. I don't know if it's food poisoning, but it reminded me a lot. I've had food poisoning before. Reminded me of that as far as like, I'm not kidding you. When I tell you I had no control over my body last night, that's not just a normal thing. So that's why I was thinking it might have been some kind of food poisoning. So I still don't feel great. I'm hoping a really good night's sleep. It is currently almost 6:30 and
6:30 Central Time.
We're in Nebraska. It's 6:30, so we're hoping that we can get to bed early tonight, get an actual good night's sleep. I'll try to vlog a little bit better for you guys tomorrow, but today in the car, because I felt so nauseous, I couldn't even have my phone out. I couldn't look at anything. I couldn't read messages.
So when we left on this trip, you know, the first state we went through was Indiana, and we got a picture or a film or a snapshot. And then we missed Illinois, because she just missed it.
It came up too quick.
And so, you know, she's clearly not thinking of you guys. She's only thinking of herself.
Oh my gosh.
So then she gets sick last night, and all the other states, the other 48 states that we went through already, she hasn't gotten any of that. So
yeah, I did do Nebraska today. I did get a little clip of Nebraska, but it's just not good, guys. I still
my vacation's ruined.
I still don't feel good.
I was all excited about this trip. This trip was all about me and what I wanted, and now it's ruined because my wife's destroying it.
Mike is doing a really good job driving and pulling the camper, considering, you know, we've said before, this is not something we're experienced at. This is all brand new, and for us, we jumped in with both feet to travel halfway across the country. See, no sleep last night. To travel halfway across the country, he's just doing a really good job. And here, like in Nebraska, it's all flat land, and man, is it windy.
Oh yeah, the wind comes blowing, whipping across them fields. Let me tell you something. We went to Iowa several years ago during the summer when the corn was in season. So the cornfields were full. They were full. Like they were 6-7 feet high, some of them. It was amazing. There was nothing you could see but corn for miles and miles and miles. And that was one small little part of Iowa. So we're driving along, you know, our route today through Nebraska, and of course it's early in the season, so everything's planted and they're just starting to sprout.
Yeah, it's just like big empty fields.
Whatever it is they're growing out here, it's just starting to sprout. But these fields go on forever, and I'm going to tell you right now.
Isn't Nebraska the corn huskers?
It is, so it's probably corn. But I'm just saying, when people say to you, "How do we provide so much food? How can we grow?" Let me tell you something. We grow so much food in this country; it's unbelievable. The thousands and thousands and thousands of acres of farmland is unbelievable.
Well, that's why the ground is so depleted of nutrients, though, because they just keep replanting, and yeah, the stuff they say, you know, everyone's like, oh, eat healthy fruits and vegetables, but the ground is so depleted of nutrients that they're really not as good for you as what people say that they are.
They put Miracle Grow on it. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah, I bet. So tomorrow we do have our longest drive of this trip, of any leg of the trip.
Yeah, of any leg, tomorrow's the longest.
Yeah, we got to drive 600. We've driven 1,000 miles so far in the 2 days that we've driven. And tomorrow we got to do about 677 miles. And the reason being is we want to get a big chunk of the driving done so that on Saturday morning we will be super close to the campground and getting to Keto Chow at a reasonable time. So
yeah, I mean, and at first I thought about that. I'm like, man, that's a long way. But actually, if you think about it, so the drive that we've made, the 2 days we've driven so far, we've made it to our destination by 4:30.
Yeah.
Right? 4:30 p.m., whatever time zone we're in, and we're done for the day. And we're used to driving until 8, 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah, when we're door dashing, we're out driving.
Well, no, that's not. I'm talking about when we used to go on other vacations. We didn't drive for 6-7 hours, then take a long, be done for the night. We drive for 12, 13 hours.
When we go to Myrtle Beach, we drive straight through, and we just drive 12 hours or whatever.
So not only is that drive not really going to be that long, but it's also going to be broken up into probably 4 or 5 stops for gas.
Yeah, we got gas 4 times today, I think. Is that right? In just under 500 miles, we had to get gas 4 times.
It might have been 3 or 4, but yeah, it was because the wind was so bad. It was just causing the truck to burn gas.
We were burning gas really fast that last leg because we were only getting a little over 10 miles to the gallon because of all the wind. So yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, our biggest expense is going to be fuel.
That's really our only expense. A couple campground fees and spending a little bit at each of these harvest hosts, and that's it. We brought all of our food, which, speaking of food, I ended up obviously not eating anything today, so nothing to share there because the thought of food right now is repulsive to me. And Mike had a Keto Chow shake earlier, and then just now he had some lunch meat, cheese, some pork rinds. Anything else?
And then I had some keto cookies.
Oh yeah, and he had some keto birthday cake cookies. So that's it. There hasn't been much food-wise. I've just had water today, and even that, I've just been sipping on it. Usually I drink a lot of water during the day. Today, it was just enough just to keep my mouth from drying out. The thought of anything going into my stomach was not good. All right, guys. We will see you guys for day 3 tomorrow. Good morning. It is Friday and we are on the road. It's approximately 8 o'clock in the morning. Like we said last night, this is our long part of our journey today. We are going to be traveling about 10 hours and that's with no stops or anything. So
we're really going to be traveling about 11 hours plus because there's going to be plenty of stops.
And there's going to be a lot of gas we're going to be needing because it's another super windy day. And it was a lot cooler this morning. You know, yesterday it was 84. We woke up this morning, it was 48. It's chilly right now, and I don't think it's supposed to get super warm. I don't know, with traveling west, it may get a little warmer. But when I checked the weather this morning, it was only saying a high of 67, so not as warm. I got quite a bit of sleep last night. It wasn't perfect, but I did get caught up on my sleep a little bit, and I'm feeling much better this morning. I don't have the queasiness, I don't have the nausea that has gone away, so that is always a good thing. Feel a little bit more like myself this morning. I still haven't eaten anything, so nothing really sounds good yet, but I know I need to eat something. I did make Mike and I each an electrolyte drink this morning because I really haven't been drinking much either, eating or drinking much, and with the way my body was purging, I know that I may be a little bit dehydrated, and I've been feeling really, really weak. Just, got to get my energy back up. So my plan is to start off with some electrolytes and see how I feel later. Hopefully I'll be able to eat something at some point because I haven't eaten anything since Wednesday night. So that's just a quick update. We are in Nebraska. We're about halfway through. We will keep you guys updated. It's saying that we're supposed to get to our location around 4:15. It'll probably be 5-ish, if not after.
Probably around 6 is what I'm
Oh, okay, a little bit later.
Because there's no hurry. The speed limit out here is 75, which in a
We're
car...
not used to that.
A car would be great, but in a truck pulling a camper, there's no way I'm doing 75.
With all this
with
wind.
All this wind, so.
In Ohio, we don't have 75 mile per hour speed zones at all. The highest we have is 70. So for us, it's like,
We don't have any by us that are 70. That's other parts of the state, but for us, it's 65.
Mostly, yeah. So it's crazy that it's 75, and then let alone with all this wind and, like he said, truck pulling a camper. So we're just taking our time. We want to be safe. We want to get to our destination safely. So we're not in any hurry. This is a long leg today, but we will get there and we will keep you guys updated.
Well, when you guys said it was so full, I was like really surprised that it was that full.
Oh, it was packed when we pulled in here.
Hey guys, look who we ran into. Just happened to come across,
That's
by
right.
accident in Platte River.
Hi.
Scott!
Yes, it's Scott. In North Platte, middle of nowhere, Nebraska. Right. Gotta love it.
Literally. He was so kind to come out and meet us at this truck stop. There's a truck going behind. And we got to say hi and give him big hugs, so that's pretty exciting. Okay, end of day 3. This was our long day, as we told you guys before, and we actually ended up making it a little bit longer because
we're idiots.
we did visit with Scott from Platte River Keto. We think maybe about an hour.
Yeah, it was about an hour.
Yeah, so obviously that added some time. And then on the way here, we ended up stopping in Cheyenne, Wyoming, and just kind of walking around downtown a little bit, and that was probably like another hour, I would guess.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an hour or not, but I will say this. Cheyenne, Wyoming, home of the Wyoming Branding Irons. And for those of you who don't know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
My fantasy football team, that's where they're located. And so when we knew we were going through Wyoming, I told Dawn, I said, look, we got to stop in Cheyenne because it's the only time I'm probably ever going to be there. And
For sure.
And that is the home of my 30-year fantasy football team.
Yeah, and
so
it was really cool.
It is actually a very cool town. We only got to see a little tiny piece of it, but we would love to go back and like stay for a weekend or something and just really
they have
see what
these
it's about.
they have these 8-foot tall boots that are painted by local artists, and in the town of Cheyenne there are 35 of them. We only saw a few, and
Like
I'll insert some pictures so you guys can see. But they have like, you can go in and get like a map and do like a scavenger hunt to try to like find all of them. So I thought that was really neat. I also found out that Wyoming was the first state that allowed women to vote, which I never knew. I probably learned it in school, but I didn't.
I doubt it.
I didn't.
You probably did.
Probably not.
Being from Ohio.
But I didn't care about history. You know, history
Right.
wasn't as fascinating to me as it is now as an adult.
Yeah.
So if I did learn it in school, I didn't remember it. So I thought that was really cool. What else did we do? Was that it?
Yeah, we didn't go there to do anything. We were just
Yeah,
we
I
were
was just
looking
trying to
for
think
a
of what
welcome
else.
to Cheyenne sign so we could take a picture of it.
Yeah.
And there are none. Like
Yeah.
the one that we drove by to get into the city was on the freeway right before you turned off. You can't just stop because you're going to back up traffic
On
or
Route
get an
80,
accident.
yeah,
Right.
you can't just stop.
So we drove into town. We thought, well, there'll be another like a welcome center or something, and they'll have welcome to Cheyenne. No. We went in and talked to a woman in a museum. She's like, yeah, I've lived here my whole life. I couldn't tell you where any of them are.
No,
I'm like, well, that's not
she
very
wasn't
good.
very helpful.
She wasn't very helpful.
I
She was
did
very
want
nice,
to.
but
I
not
did
very
want to mention that, just backtracking a little bit, to Scott from Platte River Keto. If you are not familiar with Scott, he does have a YouTube channel. It's a keto channel, of course, called Platte River Keto. So if you are interested, if you want to pop over to his channel, check him out, subscribe to his channel, that would be awesome.
He's got a good story. So I mean, he's just another success story that
Yeah.
that if you're struggling,
I think
if
he
you're
said
new to
he
our
was-
channel.
How much did he say he's lost? Like 140 pounds?
I honestly don't know.
Sorry,
where
Scott,
his-
I can't remember the exact
yeah.
amount. It's been a
But
long
that's
day.
all right. Go to his channel and you can find that out.
Yeah. So he's doing great things. So if you want to go and check him out and subscribe, let him know that I sent you there.
Yeah, because we don't get paid for it.
Yeah, we don't get anything for that.
Yeah,
but
there's no kickback or nothing.
right.
So.
Right. So let him know. Don't let him know. It doesn't matter.
But just real quick too about Scott. So that obviously it's the first time we met him because he lives in Nebraska. So he's out in the middle of nowhere, and he will admit that he's out in the middle of nowhere. He's never had an opportunity really to meet anybody in the keto community.
Just Chris and Miriam from Keto.
Chris
Chow.
and Miriam, right? And because that's local for him.
Mm-hmm.
But people like us or others that have the channels on YouTube that we're all friends with or have met at Keto Palooza or an Keto Ohio meetup, he's not had that chance to do that.
Yeah.
And so when we were driving through, I thought in my own mind, maybe we should get a hold of him and see if he wants. And then you kind of came up with it like, hey, I'm going to tell him we're driving through. And he's like, if you got a minute, I'm literally
Where are you?
5
I will
minutes away.
drive to you. Like, he was like that quick. It was awesome. So
Yeah.
he came, we waited just
So it
a
was
few
really
minutes.
nice because-
He was there like probably within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It was quick. Something else about our journey today that I noticed was we were in Nebraska, and it was like, you know, that's farmland. That's all cornfields, and it is flat, and you can just see forever. And then as soon as you get into Wyoming, it's like all of a sudden there's like hills. I'll insert a couple pictures here, but it's like hills and rocks and mountains and everything. It was crazy how fast the landscape changed driving.
But even in Wyoming, the landscape changed. Like, there were flat spots, then we were going up a mountain, down a mountain,
Yeah.
curves.
That's true.
Rock formations, then farms. I mean,
it was really cool.
Yeah, and as far as scenery goes, I mean, Wyoming is it's beautiful, not Grand Canyon beautiful, right? Like, not.
Well, how would you know? You haven't seen the Grand Canyon.
I've seen pictures of it. Not like, you know, awestruck type, but
just very pretty.
But, you know, in its own way.
He was on his side of the car, and I was on mine, and I'm like, ooh,
and
look at that.
the scenery was different on both sides of the road.
I was like, ooh, look at that. And he's like over here going, ooh, look at that.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
It was very cool.
So lastly, tonight we're staying in a bowling alley.
You guys can tell, obviously, we feel a little bit better. We actually got some food. It was a long day. We drove a lot, but Dawn feels a lot better. So we both have a little bit more energy, even though we were on the road longer today.
Yeah.
I think it's because we know that part's over with now.
Yeah, that's the worst leg of the
entire
journey.
trip.
Yeah.
That
we're in
Evanston,
Wyoming. We are literally a few miles away from Utah.
Yeah. Just like
we
8
are
miles,
very, very close. Yeah. And we're at a bowling alley, and we're in the parking lot.
So it's very cool because, right, this is Wyoming, right? So there's landscape everywhere. We booked this at the bowling alley because they took campers and rigs and stuff our size, and we wanted to make sure we had enough room. What they didn't tell us was their spot is really small. Like, they don't really have a lot of space for maybe 2, maybe 3 campers at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's already somebody here with a gigantic, 40-some foot rig. When we pulled into the parking lot, we're like, where the heck are we going to put our camper? I mean, I'm a novice still at backing up.
Parking it.
And I'm like, there's nowhere here to put our camper. So the kid that we talked to on the phone, he come out and he's like, you know what? You can just park right along the fence here in the parking lot, because by the time you guys get set up, we're not going to have a lot of people here. There's plenty of parking for other, for other guests.
Well, we thought it might be busy because it's Friday night too.
Well, guess what? It's not Ohio.
But they said they close at midnight, and they're not usually busy. So it's only like, how many lanes? 12?
12 lanes.
It's a small bowling alley.
We come, Ohio, for those of you who are in other parts of the country, is big on bowling. Professional bowling started in Ohio. So our bowling alleys have, 24, 36, 40.
They're big.
We have a one lane bowling alley that has like 70-something or 80-something lanes.
Yeah.
To have a lane with only 12, it's like miniature to us.
Yeah, and they want you to patronize the business, so we went in to eat just to get something to eat, because obviously it's late. We're not going to bowl, So we went in and sat down, and we looked at the menu, and it was pizza and fried foods, and that was basically it, and a couple salads. Like, that was your only options.
Right. It was even smaller than what normal bowling alley food menus would be.
Like, it was very, very limited. So I did go ahead and get a grilled chicken salad, and it was delicious. I mean, the food, they did a great job.
It was great, and they're very hospitable.
Yeah.
Great people.
I'm just worried because my stomach, you guys know how it's been, and I haven't eaten a lot. All I had was what I told you guys earlier, were the hard-boiled eggs and a little bit of chicken salad, and in the last 3 days, that's all I've had. Sometimes vegetables don't necessarily agree with me anyway, so just a little bit nervous about how the veggies are gonna do, but I didn't have any other choice. It was either that or just not eat, or wait till I got back here. But we are supposed to try to patronize them.
Right.
So
and again, we're not bowling tonight, so
yeah. So I went ahead and got the grilled chicken salad. Mike got pizza. So let's just we don't need to talk about that.
Yeah. It was really kind of forced on us, and I don't want to say I didn't have a choice. could have had
You
wings.
all know if we go out to eat, he's gonna get something anyway.
Right,
so.
but I was hoping, like you, that the menu had a little more selection, that I could have maybe been a little more selective. But
and they had 2 salads on the menu. That was it.
Yeah,
2 salads
chicken
to
and
pick
steak.
from. A chicken and steak salad.
now, I could have gotten a steak salad. That actually
Yeah.
sounded really good, but I did opt not to. Again, we're patronizing, and that's what we had to do, so we did.
So I stayed on plan, and I'm just hoping that the veggies don't try to kill me. That's all. All of that being said, I am going to wrap up this vlog. This will be the last night for this particular vlog because...
Are you not going to vlog when we arrive at our final destination as part of the vlog?
No.
No? Okay.
No, this is the last night. I will start a new vlog tomorrow, which will be our 3 days basically spending with Keto Chow, because we will be there Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So it's just, I have to cut it off somewhere because it's too much and I don't want them to be too long, obviously. So this will be...
You just don't want to be up till midnight or 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's still going to be hard to edit because we have so many clips. And I can't tell you when this will be coming out. Of course, by the time you see it,
It'll
you'll
already
know.
be out,
Yeah,
right.
But this will be a 3-day vlog, and then I'll try to do like another 3-day vlog, and then that way we can keep them at a...
Simple and short and sweet, yeah.
Yeah, not really short probably, but...
I mean, I don't know. We haven't really filmed that much. I think if you hadn't gotten sick, we probably would have filmed more.
Maybe.
But at least this first 3 days probably not going to be as long as what you might think. Now, the 3 days we're in Utah, and then the trip home, probably going to get a little dicey there because it's different circumstances.
I don't know. I could also get wrapped up and not film. I mean, you just never know. But I will do the best that I can. I will get this 3-day vlog out, and stay tuned for the future vlogs that are coming that will complete this series, basically. That's it for tonight. We are super duper tired. Again, it's been a long day, so we are going to get ready for bed. We will see you guys in the next one. Have a great night.
Good night.